What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And another Stellantis dealer goes down. Literally, like after I cut these videos, as soon as I got back from the airport today, I get an email or a notification that says he just can't do it anymore. And we're going to talk about it. So welcome on back to TK's Garage. Stellantis right now is sitting, the average sale time of a Stellantis product, and yes, I am lumping them all together, is between 115 to 120 days, all right? That's the average time for a Stellantis product to sell. That means Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram, all right? And that's just those products. Yes, there is Alpha. Yes, there is Maserati. I'm not including those in those Stellantis products. I'm talking about just the North American brands. Dealers right now are just quitting. They're just giving up. And part of it is of their own making. They screwed consumers for so long with the last call BS, right? A lot of you guys remember that, right? The last call BS, they screwed over so many consumers with these $15,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 market adjustments that consumers, one, already don't want to go back. Everybody that bought those cars are massively upside down in their auto loans. And even people that bought in like 18, 19 and it's time for them to buy another car, they're looking at the price of a product that they might have now. Like, let's say they had a 2018 Challenger, right? And they see a leftover 2023 on the lot. That car's already been sitting for 2 years, almost 2 years. And they still want 8, 10, 15,000 more than what that person paid for that vehicle in 2018. They're not doing it. They already have one that's paid off. It's cheaper for them. They could literally pay to rebuild, completely rebuild the engine and transmission, right? And basically have a brand new car for less than it would be buying one of those. Not to mention the build quality issues and all the other trash that's going on with 2023 model year products coming out of Stellantis. Dealers, though, are getting it the worst. Dealers are getting smashed because they, even with the market adjustments, they're barely making a profit. That's, you know, the dealers are like, well, we had to do these market adjustments because we were getting destroyed. We were getting wrecked. No, that's not true. You were still making money on the vehicles. Now you're getting screwed because your floor plans are absolutely maxed out. Maxed out. So how are dealers making money? Well, they're doing it mostly off of used cars. They can't make any money on the new cars. Banks are not willing to write loans on these Wagoneers. Bank after bank is saying they want 30% down, 20% down. And look, I have an 800 plus credit score, right? I said, you know what? I'm going to take the ding. And I said, let me hit up my local Jeep dealership here and see, you know, with the rebate and everything else, a Wagoneer that was $115,000 a month ago is still $93,000 with the rebate. Think about that. I had them run my credit and apply for financing. 2 banks came back with a yes. 2. And both of them were near 10% interest. Now, I have an 800 plus credit score. Hell no. Now, Stellantis Financial, which is basically their own bank, gave me the best interest rate if I wanted to go that route at 84 months. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. But 18 other banks said no. unless you're putting down like 20%, 30% of the vehicle, so like 20 to 30 grand, you're not buying it. So what are these Wagoneers doing? They're stacking up on lots. But don't worry, it's not just the Wagoneer, it's the Ram. So dealers are panicking now because they can't get these things financed. They can't sell them. The majority of Stellantis sales are going through Stellantis Financial because they can't get banks to write the notes on these vehicles. If it's fleet stuff, that's different. That's an entirely different matter. I'm talking about individual consumers. They can't get the loans, even with good credit. They're too high. They're priced. The value, they're way overvalued. They're way overpriced. No way. So what are dealers doing? They're resorting to buying 2015, 2016, 2017 Hellcats, Scat Packs, RTs, RT Durangos. I can tell you, I literally just made an offer to a dealer out here in Las Vegas that had an RT Durango. It's got 120,000 miles on it. But they wanted $15,000 for it. So of course, I made them an offer. I know that they probably picked that up at the auction for like $9 grand. 8 grand, somewhere around there. I looked at the history. It was a repo, and that's what's going on. They're making their money. So that vehicle that they got for say let's say they got it for 8 grand, right? They sell it to me for 14 plus their bullshit doc fee and whatever else they want to try to add on, which I'm not going to take. But let's just say just that, right? 15, they got it for 8. They're looking at a solid 7 grand after fees and everything else. Let's say they make $6,000 in profit. They're doing that on used cars every single day because that's the only way they can stay alive. And this dealer, getting back to this one dealership that I just talked to, I talked to the owner, and he's had some issues. I've had communications with him in the past because he had issues with other customers' cars and people's stuff getting messed up or damaged at their dealership and everything. He says, I can't do it anymore. He said, you know, we've been in business. My family's been in business. They've had this dealership for 50-something years. And he's done. He said he's offering it up for sale. He's getting out. And he doesn't plan to get a lot of money, but he's in a state where Stellantis does have to buy back the inventory. And he's just at a point where he's like, I'm tired of taking losses. I'm starting to chew into, you know, savings and other stuff that I have that belongs to my family. He's ready to retire. But you're going to see this, and these are the smaller dealers. This is when you know that the market is getting really bad, right? So you're seeing this dealer fold up shop. And then you already see AutoNation paring down these dealerships. They're cutting them left, right, and center. They're gone. They're selling them or they're closing them. They're selling them where they can. If it's in a state where they have to buy back the inventory, they're closing them and they're making the Stellantis buy back. That's why the earnings report is going to be so important. I can't wait to see it. I think third quarter earnings for Stellantis are going to be worse than the second quarter. And we saw the stock fall off a cliff in the second quarter. So we'll see what happens, but I thought it was interesting. As these dealerships, they're not going bankrupt, they're just closing. They're saying we're done. He can give up the franchise agreement and go to just selling used cars and make more money. That's where the market is right now. And a lot of these guys will hold on to the franchise agreement because the car market is cyclical, right? It'll be really bad, and then it comes around. So is the housing market. Remember 2008? Everything sucked. Nobody could get a mortgage. Nobody could do anything. It comes back around. Boom. Market's at all-time highs right now. So it happens. But these dealers are looking at this now, and the interest is so high. The floor plan costs are so high. They can't do it. And I think you're going to see more and more of these guys closing up shop. And I think Stellantis wants that, to be honest with you. I think they want less dealers. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. All these are indicators, right? So anybody that looks at investing or markets or things of that nature, we all look at these things as, I call them bankruptcy indicators. And if things stay this way for Stellantis for the next not even 6 months, for the next 3 to 4 months, I could see them going bankrupt. If third quarter earnings fall off a cliff, stock goes down to like $7. Fourth quarter earnings suck. Stellantis is bankrupt. It's gone in 2025. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Gotta love that sound. And as always, stay petty, my friends.